Unveiling the science behind online Japanese videos.
This little smoke ring is called a vortex ring. Tapping the cup's top compresses the air inside, shooting it out to form a vortex ring.
Bernoulli's principle explains this. Fast-moving gas exits the hole with low pressure, while still air around it has higher pressure, pushing the flow to the low-pressure area, forming a vortex ring. Vortex rings transmit energy better, letting air energy travel further.
If you've seen my videos, you know what this is, right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Pop it out. Like the smoke rings from air bubbles, it's a vortex ring. Same principle. I've explained it before. Fluid shoots from a small hole into still fluid, forming a vortex ring. Picture it. Air moves forward, pushing water aside, and still water fills in behind, forming a rotating vortex. Like spinning a tire to cut car ground friction, rotating vortexes reduce friction, losing less energy, so they go further. When you pour water, it flows down with a glug-glug sound because for every drop of water that falls, a bubble of air has to go up, so it's slower. After spinning, the water moves centrifugally, creating an air column in the middle. With air entering quickly, the water flows faster. The bottom of this pen should have a one-way valve to ensure the ink doesn't easily flow back out. When you press the pen, the air volume in the ink bottle compresses, increasing pressure, pushing the ink into the pen's ink sac. How does this bottle not leak water when it falls? A bottle with water has a small hole. Normally, water flows out because the water exerts pressure on the bottle, and the pressure at the hole is greater than atmospheric pressure, pushing the water out. Liquid pressure is the force exerted by the liquid's weight, pushing and squeezing internally, creating repulsion, and the liquid can transmit pressure in all directions. An object in free fall is in a state of complete inactivity. Any part of the liquid in free fall is not affected by other parts, so there's no pressure on surrounding parts, and thus no pressure exists. The Pythagorean cup is a type of cup invented by the ancient Greek scientist Pythagoras based on the siphon phenomenon. When the water level is higher than the top, the water in the pipe flows down due to gravity. As the water flows down, the air pressure in the pipe decreases, continuously sucking the water from the cup into the pipe and then flowing out from below until it's completely drained. This explains why when you turn a water-filled bottle upside down, the water doesn't easily spill out. Atmospheric pressure pushes against the bottle's opening, keeping the water in. But if the opening is too big, gravity makes the water fall. When the air pressure sees the water isn't blocking the bottle, the internal pressure drops, letting air in and water out. Once the bottle's opening touches the water in the cup, even if the water inside wants to flow out, atmospheric pressure pushes it. Back, stopping the flow. This is due to atmospheric pressure. You've probably seen this in magic tricks. In our experiment manual, experiment 147 is about this. It's called the inverted water doesn't leak experiment. The idea is to use paper to block. The cup's opening, keeping air out and creating low pressure inside, so atmospheric pressure holds the water in. The coin blowing challenge uses Bernoulli's principle. When you blow, the air above moves faster, lowering the pressure, and the pressure difference flips the coin. This cup, during flight, it first arcs upward and then arcs downward, which is quite interesting. In the first phase, the cup's spin causes air movement. According to Bernoulli's principle, faster airflow means lower pressure. At this time, the airflow above the cup is faster, and the pressure difference between top and bottom is greater than gravity, causing the cup to tilt upward. In the second phase of flight, as the cup's spin slows, the pressure difference between top and bottom becomes smaller than gravity, causing the cup to tilt downward. There are three reasons for the flight. One is Bernoulli's principle, where faster airflow means lower pressure, making the tape stick tightly to the airflow. The air's friction on both sides of the tape is upward, balancing its own weight, so the tape doesn't fall. Third, the friction causes the tape to spin, generating angular momentum. The direction of the angular momentum matches the neutral bodies, allowing the tape to maintain this direction without wobbling. When airflow hits a slope, it rises along it, creating upward airflow. The straight board moving forward pushes and lifts the air. The airplane gets upward thrust from airflow, balancing gravity to float. Forward airflow gives it propulsion to fly forward. This balloon lands angled and dodges cars. It looks scary. What's happening? It's filled with helium, less dense than air. So it floats, as we know, but it's leaking, with little helium left at the top. Buoyancy is weak, needing ground support to float, causing this.
A passing car pushes air, moving the balloon. When the car leaves, air returns, and the Bernoulli effect pulls the balloon back. 3, 2, 1, go. Water flows fast around the ping pong ball per Bernoulli's principle.
Fast flow, low pressure. The ping pong ball is surrounded by fast-flowing water, so it gets sucked to the outlet. As the water decreases, the outlet rises. The ping pong ball is light, so it gets carried up. Why doesn't it clog? What's the principle? It's amazing. If you don't know, try something else. This is surface tension. The liquid and air interface has a thin layer called the surface layer. The molecules in this layer are spaced further apart than those inside, creating greater attraction, wrapping the liquid inside, preventing leaks. It's like stretching a spring. It contracts back. Now, the coin is truly suspended, not floating. The coin's density is greater than water, so gravity should pull it down. But in the video, it's not buoyancy, it's surface tension. The surface layer molecules are spaced further apart, with greater attraction. The water surface acts as a hole, like a thin film holding the coin. This explains why some denser objects can float. It's due to water's surface tension. The surface molecules have strong attraction, like a film wrapping inner molecules, making it hard for water to spread off the coin. The last drop exceeded the film's limit, so it popped out. First, atmospheric pressure. The bottle's mouth is blocked. Air can't enter, and low pressure inside keeps water at the mouth. Second, surface tension acts like the paper at the cup's mouth. Air can't enter, and pressure keeps water at the bottle's mouth. But trying this at home will likely fail. The surface tension of water in such a large cup opening doesn't have enough tensile strength to block the water, so the cup opening must have been tampered with.
Either a layer of transparent film was placed over it, or some other transparent material was used to seal it, leaving only a hole for a straw. At this point, the surface tension can hold back the water flow, preventing it from spilling out. We demonstrated special function below.
Before with pepper from Taobao. The reason pepper can float on the water surface is that the surface tension of the water forms a water film.
The pepper is water repellent and light, so it stays on this water surface. Dish soap and similar substances contain surfactants that can break the surface tension at the contact point, destroying the water film. So, this water film burst like a balloon, taking the pepper with it. The cat's paw likely had dish soap or a similar substance on it.
This little experiment is quite famous. The renowned sci-fi novel, The Three-Body Problem, uses it to show how a curvature spaceship works. We know water has surface tension, like a tight film. Imagine a basin of water as a universe, and a leaf as a spaceship. Dropping dish soap or ink behind the leaf breaks the surface tension behind it, while the front stays intact, causing an imbalance that pulls the leaf forward. Picture moving from the water's flat surface to the universe's space. The universe's unevenness creates space curvature, like water's surface tension. When we remove
the curvature behind the spaceship, the front curvature pulls it forward. Our experiment manual's fourth experiment is Milk Mountain Water. Like the leaf boat, when dish soap is dropped in the middle, the water's surface tension breaks, and the surrounding water pulls the pigment outward, creating this effect.